Hi there. I'm going to take this time to read a 5-page letter that I just received from Jane Kelly, who is truly one of the major pioneers in the field of foot care nursing in the United States. It may take a while. I don't know. I'm just going to start reading this. This really is probably only going to be of interest to a handful of nurses who are interested about the history of foot care nursing and how it got started and who was involved. So please don't watch if this doesn't sound interesting to you, okay? Do not hit subscribe, share, or like unless you want to. Okay, so here we go. The past 31 years have gone by quickly since I have been conducting my private nursing practice performing foot and nail care to residents of mostly rural region in the Berkshires of far western Massachusetts. It hardly seems possible that to date statistics show that I have provided services over 42,920 times to senior citizens and others for various reasons have needed nursing help with nail cutting and other foot problems. Individual clients now exceed 6,100. Now, due to my advancing age, she's 83, I think, I have gradually cut back on outside work and provided mostly services at my home office where there is less lugging of equipment and less travel. My previous background of hospital and VNA nursing, maintenance of my board certification in medical surgical nursing via the American Nursing Credentialing Center, raising a family and working at a bank bookkeeping position, newspaper correspondent, and other odd jobs years earlier, all enriched my skills toward working independently. Also networking with other nurses from around this country as well as from Canada, and participation in a complete foot care course at the onset conducted by the American Orthopedic Foot and Ankle Society helped reinforce my confidence that my idea for a nursing foot care business would be feasible. I well knew from past experience working with the elderly that there were numerous candidates out there needing my services. The first task was to find a way to reach them. I knew that other nurses worked mostly under MDs or through agencies providing these services, but I chose to work under my own jurisdiction. In addition, I began with a few tools that I had and had purchased additional items as I progressed, practicing very frugally but owing no one. I maintained a nursing liability insurance policy as I always had before and was sharply aware that I was fully responsible for my work. Planning ahead and covering all bases proved beneficial. I obtained necessary DBA, doing business as permit for a home business. The Board of Registration in Nursing in MA verified the appropriateness of my standards, policies, and procedures, education, and experience prior to the start, and backed me up with a small cadre of podiatrists who objected to my practice. Later on, as it was evident that I referred clients beyond my scope of practice, the objections seemed to have dissipated. Sometimes other healthcare disciplines tend to guard their turf and belittle what nurses can do. They need to be reminded that there are overlapping responsibilities among professions. This certainly is one. The MA Board of Registration in Nursing clearly spells out their position on nursing foot care in statements under their advisory ruling. My services adhere to that ruling. Gradually, as I contacted senior centers, elder housing facilities, health centers, nursing homes, and other locations where senior citizens gathered, I was able to put together a series of freestanding clinics and supplemented this with individual visits to the homebound. I made yearly contracts with each host location. I made my existence known to elder service organizations and VNAs, MDs, etc. Word of mouth by my clients provided the best advertising and soon bolstered attendance in my clinics. I had built a small business for myself. In the early years, I traveled many miles to reach enough persons for an income to sustain me. Since then, I have answered the call to attend health fairs, speak at groups about my services, and about topics related to foot health as well. I set up a free nursing foot and nail care clinic in the basement of a local church, and for 12 years provided these services to anyone who walked off the street one day each month. This brought in many who would otherwise have no way to receive this care. Some days have been long since I had no secretary, and it was a necessity to manage everything alone. This required that I maintained a vehicle in good working order since transportation was vital. I developed record keeping and filing systems. I'm going to stop right now, and I'll do another one after I get rid of the dog situation. So stay tuned to part 2. It's kind of a long one anyway.